A common problem with movies based on shonen anime is that their status as non-canonical standalone adventures makes them inconsequential to the franchise and, therefore, devoid of stakes. Thankfully, that seems to be changing somewhat. Between last year's Demon Slayer, Mugen Train acting as a continuation of the anime's first season, and now Jujutsu Kaisen 0 trying to have its cake and eat it too. Welcome to Popcorn Factor's review of Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Set in a world where humans emanate cursed energy that can bring forth demonic creatures known as curses, and a secret society known as Jujutsu sorcerers that fights those evil spirits by controlling their own cursed energy, Jujutsu Kaisen 0 adapts the miniseries Tokyo Metropolitan Curse Technical School, which actually came before the main series. The manga proved popular enough to spawn a spin-off, which led to it being retroactively made into a prequel once the main Jujutsu Kaisen story started. Because of the story's unique position as being technically both a prequel to the primary plot, but also the first story set in this world, the film acts as a sort of lost pilot episode for the main Jujutsu Kaisen anime. This means Jujutsu Kaisen 0 follows most of the same beats as the anime as well as most of the same supporting cast. This is not a problem if this is your first experience with this world, but if you've watched the anime, it becomes a tad repetitive. But the movie also takes advantage of these similarities and the target audience's familiarity with the franchise to dive deep into what makes it stand apart, namely its main character. Rather than Yuji, who is already basically a superpowered jock even before he gains the powers of the King of Curses, we follow Yuta Akatsu, a meek and gloomy Shinji Ikari-like protagonist with a rather bleak look at life and its worth. It helps that he is voiced by icon Megumi Ogata in the Japanese version, whose vocal performance alone is reason enough to watch. Within minutes, Yuta becomes a fascinating addition to the franchise, one that plays closer to the horror elements of the story. This is especially true of the first half hour, when the focus is on Yuta's state of mind and relationship with Rika, his childhood friend turned horrific cursed spirit who died when they were 10, right after promising to get married when they grow up and now haunts Yuta 24/7. While it works well as an action movie, Jujutsu Kaisen 0 is also surprisingly effective as a horror film, diving even deeper into aesthetics inspired by the genre than the anime. In just under 2 hours, Yuta and Rika become excellent additions to Jujutsu Kaisen's roster of memorable characters. The cursed spirits are absolutely horrifying, with spectacularly varied designs that are stretched, splashed, stabbed, and otherwise mutilated into even more grotesque forms, as the sound design plays into your favorite horror tropes with creaking noises and sudden high notes being used effectively to create a spooky atmosphere. MAPPA proves again that they have some of the best fight choreography in current anime. For one, it is also quite funny, thanks to the dynamic between Yuta's classmates Maki, Toge, Panda, and Gojo, who gets to show a more lighthearted side as he puts on his teaching hat and becomes even more of a handsome, overpowered clown. Then there's the action, which is not a huge improvement on the already excellent sequences from the show, but animation studio MAPPA proves again that they have some of the best fight choreography in current anime, with fluid and kinetic fights that'll get your heart pounding. The fact that it works so well no matter your level of familiarity with the franchise, and the way it still sets up Season 2 through a post-credits scene, makes this one of the most unique shonen anime films in a while. Jujutsu Kaisen 0 is an entertaining watch even for people who are unfamiliar with the series. The likable characters and the action, which are a staple of the series, will keep fans hooked, and the prequel story is a great introduction for anyone who is looking to give the show a try. Please subscribe and follow us on all social media platforms.